All right, so this is guitar lesson number 3 here. So in previous guitar lessons, we learned how to put our hand on the guitar. Basically, my thumb's going to be in the back like this. My hands are going to curve around. And I mentioned in the first lesson, take your index finger, place it on a fret, which is a space between two of these metal lines, bars, you want to call them, and having your first finger, which is your index finger, on one, and I'm squeezing on the back, and then having my ring finger skipping a fret and going on another one. This is just meant as an exercise to kind of build dexterity up. I also mentioned in this hand, my picking or plucking hand, whether I use my fingers to pluck or I use a plectrum of some sort, this is a guitar pick, that I want to match the string with these fingers. So just staying on one string. If it's brand new to you, stay just on one string and you can move this around. In the second lesson, we talked about playing up on one string, and I mentioned you can just use one finger. Yes, if you got used to the first lesson, you can use more than one finger, and you basically have 4 available, then that's great. That makes it even easier later on when we start doing lessons like this one and other ones. So, and I still said you could be on any string, but the first string, which is the high E string, is going to be the easiest one to go. So I'm guessing you're already tuned as well. Some of you might have one of these tuners, or like I mentioned, online, you can tune very easily as long as you have a microphone, and that'll be set. So second lesson, we just basically played, I believe we played Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, right? So we played that down, and I showed you a pattern specifically on the guitar. Now, the video you're watching now, hopefully pause this, watch a video called How to Read Guitar Tablature, because I'm going to be referring to that, and I'll be sharing my screen with that. This video is going to be about a specific song. So, and I'm going to use the lowest string, the low E. So that requires my whole hand to be over the guitar right here, right? So I can move my whole hand down. I'm going to start on this, which is the 3rd fret. Now, I'm going to use my pointer finger, my index finger, and I can use my index finger for the entire thing. I'm going to show you how I would do it with just one finger, and then I'll show you how I would play it, given the fact that I can use all my fingers and I'm used to that. So this is a song called, this is a riff. So it's part of a song. It's basically the guitar defining, they call it a riff because it's a piece of like a, I guess you would call a melody of some sorts, or pieces of a harmony made on guitar. Anytime someone makes something on guitar that seems like it's like a tiny idea of some sort, they'll generally call it a riff. And if someone plays something up on higher notes and maybe does something like, they'll probably call that a lick. So riffs and licks. And yes, that's guitar lingo. Probably not going to use that on violin or cello or viola. But yeah, welcome to guitar lingo. Okay, so I'm on the low E string. I'm in tune. That's an in-tune guitar. And I'm going to start on the 3rd fret, and this is what it's going to look like first before I play it. I'm just about to play it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like first. Here it is. So this is tablature. The numbers correspond to frets. 0 is no fret, which means open string. 3 is the 3rd fret. 5 is the 5th fret. And the only one extra here is a 6, which is the 6th fret. And this is a specific song, and I will play it while looking at the screen, and then I'm going to play it while you can see a larger version of me. So this is what I'm playing. You might have heard that song. This song is from a group called Deep Purple. It's from the late 70s, I believe. And yeah, it's one of the first major rock songs. I don't know, maybe they might even call it heavy metal, but nothing compared to what heavy metal is now. So here's how I played it. I played open, 3, 5, and I play open again. Open, 3, jump up to the 6, 6, 5, and then repeat the same thing in the beginning. Open, 3, 5, and then 3, open. The hardest part of the song is the rhythm. It's not exactly lining up with the beat. So if you kept a beat with your feet, and this is something I'll go over, having a camera on my foot as I listen to music, and I'll show you how you can keep beats and such like that. But this is now I did that with just my index finger. I probably could do that with my middle finger as well, but index for me is going to be easier because I'm going to show you how to play this, how I come to play this without having to move my wrist around a lot. And that's called conservation of energy, which just means I use less of my energy to play anything because I'm able to access all my fingers. It's something you kind of want to work towards on any instrument, just because you want to be able to do more without exerting so much energy, because you don't want something to be tiring you out or hurt yourself trying to play something. You want it to be easier as you play it. So here's how I do it with, I'm going to be playing with my index finger, my ring finger, and my pinky. Here's another angle. Now, these frets are pretty large. My hands are very large. So this might be really hard for you to do with one hand like that, and that's all right. I can have my thumb move around like this so I could rotate to get my fingers to work, and you could practice that. It's just important that you get used to playing these frets, and then you might figure out, hey, I can maybe do it with 2 fingers. So I might go, put these 2 fingers together. And you might try to do it like that. Always try, when you're learning something, learn where specifically you have to play, and then figure out how you want to put your fingers. And if you see you're doing a lot of movement, find a way to do less movement and still get the music out. And that's just basically a way to conserve energy. And it's going to be like that forever. No matter what you learn, you're going to find a way to do it easier and basically use more of your body to try that. So hopefully this is going to be something you can try out. I can do a whole bunch of different rock and roll songs like this really easily. This is still considered a linear. It's on 1 string. It's a linear song. There's other ways to play this. And the rest of this piece of music, you'd have to go across and play other strings. And we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to start slowly and get used to this. And yeah, write some comments. Tell me how it worked out for you. So see you soon.